Miss Danreael here, and I have a word for you. God is your strength. When you're going through everything that you're going through, just know that you can rely on God. So look, the verse for this video is 2 Corinthians 12:9, and it reads, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weakness, so that Christ's power may rest on me." So I want to remind you that God's grace is sufficient. A lot of us, we think that we need this, we need that, and we fail to realize that all we need is God. And he says that his power is made perfect in weakness. So when you're going through that thing that you're dealing with, that you don't understand, that it seems like you really can't get through all the way, it's breaking you down, it's hurting you. God says that that's when his power is made perfect in you. He says that that's when you need him the most. That's when he's there the most, is when you're weak. So always remember to go to God when you're struggling. Don't turn to substance. Don't turn to the world, because the world is tricky. It may seem like it have a lot to offer, but it doesn't. Actually, a lot of things in the world are wicked. A lot of people in the world are wicked. So you got to protect yourself. And like I said, always turn to God. In the second half of this verse, it says, "Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses." A lot of people in this day and age, they try to hide who they really are. They try to mask everything. They try to act like they got it going on. They try to act like they rich. But God says that it's important to boast about where you come from. It's important to talk about your struggles. Don't hide them, because that's when he's able to really start to work in your circumstance, when you talk about it, when you make it clear. A lot of people, they have sins that they struggle with, secret sins that nobody knows about, and they hide it. When you hide stuff and when you keep it in the dark, the devil is there to keep it going. Like, he lurks in the darkness. So you have to bring things to the light. You have to shed light on things. And then it says, "So that Christ's power may rest on me." So Jesus has something for you. He has rest for you. He has peace for you. He has love for you. He has provision for you. So it's important that you just get into your word, and like I said, just know that God is here for you, and he is your strength. He is your source. A lot of people, they don't have that right now. Like, God is not their source. Their source is coming from money. It's coming from technology. It's coming from the people around them. It's coming from their relationship. Like, they're trying to build their foundation on something that's materialistic, when you have to build your foundation on God. And once you begin to build your foundation on God, that is when you're going to have peace, because you're going to know that nothing in this world can really satisfy you. The ultimate peace will come from God. You could be going through something so crazy, like your loved one could have left you. They could have passed away. You could be going through financial struggles. You could be going through just a season where, you're not really happy with yourself. If you begin to turn to God in this time, you'll understand that God got that peace for you. And of course, it's not going to happen overnight. A relationship with God takes time, and it takes time to grow in your faith. It takes time to get to know God and who he is, what he stands for, his word, what he wants. It takes time to get to know that. A lot of people in this day and age, it's like they want it popcorn quick. They want it to be microwavable. They want to wake up and everything is perfect. But everything is a process. Everything takes time. The God that we serve, he has a different type of timing than we think. Everything that God wants for you requires patience, but it also requires consistency. A lot of people, they're not consistent in the things that they want or desire, or the things that they need to be consistent in. As far as, like, you see a lot of people talking about how they want to lose weight, but are they eating healthy? Are you eating healthy? Are you exercising? Are you making sure that you're putting goodness into your body, not trash? Because all this food, this fast food, this processed food is trash. You got to put food from the earth in your body for it to heal, for it to grow, for it to be beautiful, for you to, maintain the proper weight that you need to be healthy. Another way, like, people say they want this or that, is money. A lot of people, they want money, but are you being consistent? Are you working hard? Money requires work. You don't just grow on trees. A lot of people think money grow on trees, and a lot of people, they trying to use other people for money. Why don't you get out there and go work? Why don't you be consistent in your grind? Why don't you stay overtime? Why don't you put in the real blood, sweat, and tears it takes to have the financial life and the financial freedom that you really want, and be consistent with it? Again, consistency in their walk with Christ. A lot of people, they'll go to church one time and they're not really feeling the vibe there, and then they'll leave. How do you expect God to work in your life if you can't even be in the sanctuary? A lot of people, they say they want blessings from God, but they don't even pay their tithes. Are you paying your 10%? You got to pay your 10%. And paying your 10% is not easy, because you're like, Lord, I just need this money. Like, I really need this money. But it requires faith. Like, you have to do it. Honestly, paying your 10% is something that is already God's. I was reading in the book of Malachi last night, and he was talking about in the last chapter, I think it's 4 chapters in Malachi, and I'm about to start the New Testament. In the 4th chapter, he was talking about how the person robbed God of his tithes and offering. He was like, how did I rob you? God saying that 10% was already mine, so pay your 10%. Also, another thing that people want to be consistent in is like their daily schedule. Like, sit down, write out a schedule, and get organized. And like I said, execute your goals. Don't let anybody throw you off. Don't let the devil distract you, because the devil is good at distracting you. He's good at working through other people and situations to try to bring you down. And a lot of people, they probably don't like you already, because if you are called according to God's purpose, the world is probably going to be against you. A lot of people, they reject God, and God is nothing or no one to play with. He's not to be rejected. And when you reject God, you block your own blessings. So it's important that you fall into line with him and get to know him. And again, like I said, just know that if you're going through a struggle, a thing that you can't get over, something that's really hurting you, if it's breaking you down, just know that that process of it breaking you down is molding your character. It's changing your heart. It's giving you wisdom. It's giving you knowledge. It's giving you understanding. And just keep going through it. A good story that I love from the Bible is the story of the 3 Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They went through the fiery furnace, but when they came out, they didn't smell like smoke. You couldn't tell they was in a fire. God was with them through that. He protected them, and they stayed faithful to him. So it's important that you stay faithful to God, and just know that he got your back. Nothing in this world can break you. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you. Anything you're going through, you're going to get through it. And just know that God is your strength in your weakness. His power is made perfect in your weakness. So look, I pray that this video blessed you. I love you. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.